Oatmeal, cream of wheat, or what I believe is the reigning champ of them all, grits. Give me some grits anytime, any day, anywhere. But do you like them sweet or do you like them savory? I'm of the savory persuasion. Let's make a grit bowl.
Being in my kitchen, cooking a great meal, my love for writing, expressing thoughts and ideas that connect on a heart level, sharing how I feed my body and how I feed my soul. I'm Marquita Moore, and this is how I cook today.
When I was young, we used to have on Saturdays and Sundays grits and eggs and bacon. But what I used to have to do is take my eggs, put them in my grits, mix them up. Then take the bacon and sprinkle it on top. Eggs first, then bacon. In that order. I don't know, maybe it was just me, but in that order. So I would mix it up. Nowadays, there are grit bowls. You can go to, I remember I was in Birmingham, and a friend of mine took me to a restaurant, and we were ordering grit bowls. Grit bowls are everywhere. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I used to do this at the table. But now it's a thing. So today I'm going to make a grit bowl. I wanted breakfast for dinner. But I'm going to put my twist on it. So I'm going to make grits. They're going to be gluten-free. I know, but they're good. I know how to make them good. And I'm going to use eggs, scrambled eggs, and truffle Gouda. Yep. And duck bacon. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about all of this. Okay, I'm gonna get started. Gouda. Get this all shaved up for the cooking. So you have to time this perfectly because you don't want your grits lumpy and cold. So you need to do your fixins first. So I'm gonna do my eggs first, and then I'm going to do my duck bacon, and then I'm going to do the grits, but I wanna get all this cheese shredded first. Nothing like some cold. You can start off real good, but you get so many times I've been making grits and like, oh my gosh, they're gonna be so good and creamy because I'm taking my time. I'm stirring and I'm stirring it. Something happens 1 minute and I come back. It's a pot full of lumpy grits. The worst. I have to throw them away and start over. I think I need a little bit more cheese. That's not looking piled high enough. Marcy, I got some cheese over here. So now I've done the fixins. I have my eggs and my duck bacon, and I'm gonna start on the grits. And this is where I have to give some TLC because those things will lump up on you real quick. Oh, and know what is so important about grits, cooking grits? You have to salt the water really good, because if you don't, the water, it makes a difference. So you got to make sure the water is like really salted. I learned that after trial and error. So I'm waiting for these grits to get ready. And while I was doing the grits, I started to think about Gary and I were editing, and there was a frame of me on the camera, and I asked him to stop for a second, because at the same time that we were editing, I was hearing this conversation, but I was trying to ignore it. I was hearing this conversation in my head of, who are you? Who are you to be doing this? Who are you? Who are you to be doing all of these things? And inside and quietly I said, I'm me. Like, of course I can do this. Why not? Why not? Why not utilize the gift that the Creator has given me to do here on this earth, and to do it fully? Why not live fully? Why not use all of me? Who's to say I shouldn't be doing this? But I was hearing the voice of, you don't know what you're doing. Why are you doing this? Why? And so in that moment, I made him stop, and I just started to think about how many times I listened to that voice, how many times I gave in to that voice, how many times I stopped short of doing the things that I wanted to do because of that voice. And it brought me to tears, just to think about how much I didn't believe in myself and believe that I could do what I was put here to do, and how often I gave in and I listened and I stopped. I spent years doing that. And so I cried, because if I listened this time, I wouldn't be sharing and living out my purpose, and that is to just encourage and to share me and my journey to living a life that is light and that is good, and one that doesn't listen to that voice and what is required to live like that, which is to not pay attention to that voice. And so I was thinking about that, because how often do we give in and not complete? And why not? Why not me? Why not you? Why not anyone? This is what we're meant to do. Who's to say that you can't live out your dreams, or that you can't show up bright and alive in this life? That's what we were meant to do. That's why we're born, to be all that we are, to be authentic and to be true and to accept all of us and all of who we are. And that is what this walk is about. That's what I really believe. But I just had a lot of compassion for that girl who just gave in to that voice, and who thought that she couldn't do it or shouldn't do it. And it made me realize too, as I'm editing and I'm doing it, I'm having the courage to do these things, and I'm hearing this voice, that voice is always there. It's just about how loud it is or how quiet it is and how much we give into it or ignore it. But it is there. It is not meant to, we're not, how can I say this? Life is not about just having roses and sunshine all the time. There are issues. We will always have that thing. But it is about how we respond to it, how we react to it, that makes a difference in how we're living, how we live our lives. So that voice may come, but I can just knock it back. I don't have to give into it. What was required of me to get to the point where I could stand strong against that voice was to begin to love myself completely, and to accept everything about me, and to not hold myself in any shame or guilt about who I am. That was so critical and important in being able to fight the notions of unworthiness or inadequacy. Being able to stand in a space of complete love for myself. Probably a better way for me to build this bowl, but I'm gonna do it like this. It's I was about to say it, but I always say it. It's smoking. I love it when it smokes. So I'm gonna take some of these eggs. I'm gonna pile it on here. We build the bowl, and if you have some extra cheddar or something, you can use that too. I'm gonna move this bacon out to the side. I love duck bacon. It's so good. Let's fix it. I'm fixing two. Crumbly, crumbly, crumbly. Chili oil that I have, and I'm just going to sprinkle this on, and then I am going to all I need is my toast with jelly, so I can have a bite of this and then have a bite of toast. I always say so good, but it is so good. But if it wasn't good, I would say it. I really would. I don't think I could hide that. So good. I want to live every day authentically as Marquita, every single day. And that is freedom, liberation. This is something that I wrote to leave you with until the next time. My mind keeps going to what isn't happening, what hasn't transpired. But my heart remains faith-filled, knowing and sure. My mind sees the mountains that seem impassable, but my heart knows your timing is divine.
Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, be good to yourself. Eat well, be well, and most importantly, love well.